Hey, how's it going? So tonight I wanted to jump online to talk about the notion and the definition of growth. Pound live, if you happen to be catching this video live, let me know where you're tuning in from. Pound replay, if you happen to be catching this video via the replay. So the way that I define growth, depending on who you're talking to, many different people may have different definitions of growth. The way that I define growth, at least for today, right? Tomorrow you may speak to me and I may have a completely different definition of growth. Growth comes from doing what you don't want to do. And that's the way that I'm defining growth. And I'm defining growth for that reason. I'm defining growth this way for a very specific reason. In the past 48 hours or so, I just haven't felt like doing anything at all from a business standpoint. I had to force myself to go live. I had to force myself to do a couple of different things, and I just was not in the mood. So then the question is, okay, why were you not in the mood? And the reason why I was not in the mood is one of the things I've been doing as of lately is I create campaigns, and my campaigns are very lengthy campaigns. So what I might do, or one of the things I did a couple of months ago, is I created about 40 days of video. And those 40 days of videos are videos that I'm going to use as part of a larger campaign, as part of a larger game plan per se. Well, after I finished that campaign, I went about doing a completely different campaign. So I went and I started doing another 40 days of video that I'm going to use as part of my overall marketing campaign. Well, it turns out that my next set of 40 videos that I was doing as part of my next marketing campaign, I did something that was completely out of sequence and out of sync. So I should have done things one way, but I did things in a completely different way, and thereby losing momentum, and thereby not being able to properly use the 40 days of videos the way that I wanted to be able to do it. So I said to myself, man, that's just 40 days of effort. That's 40 pieces of content. Now, I can still use those 40 pieces of content in a certain way, but I can't use it the exact same way in which I intended to do so. So based on that, that kind of just put me in a slump, and I just haven't felt like, doing anything. I didn't feel like doing anything, but why am I doing things? Or why am I still here live? And why will I continue to push forward? The reason why I will continue to push forward is because I know that growth comes from doing the things that we don't want to do and or doing the things that we don't feel like doing, right? If I can grow without, if it was possible for people to grow by doing some of the things that they naturally do on a very consistent basis, you would have a lot more people at the top. But it just doesn't work that way. And the other thing that allows me to kind of just keep going as well, is oftentimes I jump online and I'm able to see leads, and I'm able to see conversions, and I'm able to see the fruits from some of the things that I've done in the past. Now, if you go back several months ago, there were some things that I did several months ago that are yielding me some results today, right? So that in itself allows me to say, you know what? There's the potential, there's the opportunity to grow. Even though you don't want to do these set of activities will allow you to grow. So I guess the thing that I would like for you to do is to assess yourself from an activity standpoint, is to assess yourself and to ask yourself the question to say, okay, I want to grow, but at the same time, I have to be able, what's the thing that I want to what's the thing that I'm willing to do in return for this growth? What is something that I know that I don't want to do, but I'm going to do it because I know if I do it, it will allow me to grow. Pound live, if you're live and you're catching me live, let me know where you're tuning in from. Pound replay if you happen to be catching me via the replay. That's it for now. I'll talk to you soon.